From De La Salle University, Dasmariñas, we arrived to the Terminal 1 of Ninoy Aquino International Airport. I have one check-in luggage and one hand carry. And now we're going inside the airport. Here's my ticket and my passport. Our flight PR890 to Taipei is over there, and we're going to check in our luggage. Now we're here by our gate waiting for the plane to start boarding. Our first transportation was the bus from the school to the airport, and the plane now is our second form of transportation. On our flight from Manila to Taipei, we flew with Philippine Airlines, the flagship airlines of the Philippines. A round-trip flight from Manila to Taipei flying with Philippine Airlines can take approximately 2 hours and 15 minutes, and the prices can range from 8,000 to 20,000 depending on the cabin class that you avail. Currently, the travel tax for the economy class is around 1,620 pesos. Of course, prices may vary if you have promos or vouchers and even coupons. The flight attendant started serving our in-flight meals after a few minutes into the flight. This part has to be the most exciting for me because I have never been to a different country before, so when I saw this, I was so excited. Now, you don't have to know the language if you want to travel, but it really does help if you know a little bit of Mandarin, you know how to read it and speak it. First, let's talk about Taiwanese food. For our first meal in Taiwan, we had a buffet-style restaurant where we got to choose our own meals, and there was a hot pot in the middle if we wanted to cook. The rest of our meals, however, were served, excluding our dinner at the first day, which was a hot pot, but I wasn't able to film because my phone was low battery. But most of the meals are really healthy. There's a variety of food, of carbs, vegetables, meats, seafood, and they all have a different taste to what I was used to back in the Philippines. And one thing about Taiwanese people is they love hot pots. You have any food that you want to eat that you could think of, and they'll put it into a hot pot. For our whole stay at the hotel, we had buffet.
36,000 kilometers square, and the people population here, 23 million.
Let's talk about the accommodation we stayed in. We stayed in Haiwan Holiday Hotel in Shenkeng District, New Taipei City. So the rates in the rooms of this hotel costs around 4,500 to 12,600 Philippine pesos. Of course, that depends on where you book the rooms and what kind of room type you reserve. And one thing I learned about the tourism industry is that prices really vary, whether you have vouchers or you have promos, or if you're visiting during the off season, or if you're visiting during holidays and seasons that are really the seasons where most of these tourist attractions are condensed with tourists. We Go Tours and Travel took care of everything in our trip in Taiwan. And just to show you what that looks like, this is everything they took care of, and we literally did not have to think of anything else during our trip other than, to bring pocket money and be on time for the schedule. Other than that, everything was taken care of. Now let's talk about the attractions. We're finally at the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. This is the beautiful arc, and that's the actual hall. Let's go inside and take a closer look. So now I'm gonna tell you which of the building is which. This is the National Theater. That one is a concert hall, and that one is the Memorial Hall where it houses the statue of Chiang Kai-shek. So this is the main building in the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial place, and inside is where you can find the statue of Chiang Kai-shek. I don't know if we're permitted to film inside, so we're not gonna go up. I don't think we can take any pictures or film. But yeah, I think I'll just insert pictures of Chiang Kai-shek from the internet after this clip. There are two colorful buildings at the side. They have intricate patterns, especially on the rooftops, and then there's a bunch of greenery in the middle. You can really see and appreciate the Asian influence in the architecture of the two buildings that are beside the main hall. And since Taiwan is a Republic of China, you can really see the influence in these buildings, and even in the buildings outside of the Memorial Hall, like this one. You see the intricate patterns on the ceilings. Finally arrived at the Zhongshan Flower Market. If I'm being completely honest, this was my favorite part of the Taiwan trip because I am absolutely enamored by flowers. I just love them. I love their beauty, and I really enjoyed this part of the trip specifically. I don't know what it is about me and nature, but I just personally enjoyed this part of the trip more than I enjoyed walking around Ximending. I just love taking in the beauty of the flowers and seeing the different variety that they had here at Zhongshan Flower Market. And you can even see me here basking in the sun as I spin around and show you the flowers. I don't know, I just enjoyed this part so much more. I got some sweet fresh strawberries that cost me 100 new Taiwan dollars. I still don't know whether that's cheap or not.
Everybody just go to separate ways. Be back on the bus before 3:30, okay? Be back on the bus at 3:30, okay? Okay.
We're going down the stairs to go to the waterfalls, as you can see over there. It's really beautiful. I can already see a little peek of it.
You can go here and you can
see waterfall. Okay, excellent.
He says that we can see the waterfalls from here. I'm gonna try to take a good look. We're close to the waterfalls, and as you can hear, it's getting louder and louder. You can hear it's really loud. Tour.
Hello, we are going to the
Ximending waterfalls.
Yay!
It's really cold up
Yeah.
there. Look at Emily.
Hey, bonsoir, enchanté.
Emily.
And you are?
I am Cyril, and this is Emily from Paris. Yes, she's neat.
Bonjour, nice to meet you. Biglang naging British.
We are going to Ximending waterfalls. That's our first destination for the second day. Ximending waterfall. It's really beautiful here because they're very disciplined and they don't throw trash everywhere, as you can see. So, final words, right? What makes Taiwan unique for Filipino tourists? The obvious answer would be that it's a different country with different people and a different culture. So overall, it's a place where you will not be able to interact with the daily people that you meet in the Philippines. You won't be able to meet your kababayan, and you'll get to interact with people that grew up in a different place as you did. So they grew up in a way that you may have never imagined before. Everything is different. Their art, their culture, tradition, language, climate, everything is something that you have never experienced in your life before. And this is one thing that will always remain true in the realm of tourism. It's that you will always learn something new, and you will always learn something more when you step outside of your comfort zone. When you step outside of the place you've been all your life and you take in the culture and the learnings that you get from traveling.